Yo friend, what is up? Levi Allen here from Leftcoast Media House. I've got a fantastic trick today on how to edit your selects faster. This tip is awesome. I just learned it. It's changed my entire approach. This is how you can really just level up your editing, become a Premiere Pro editing ninja. So let me just show you right away what this allows me to do, and then you can decide for yourself if you want to spend the time to learn it. Let's dive into Premiere. Okay, so here's our Premiere project, and here's the trick. I've loaded the clips I'm going to cut selects from into the source panel, and then I've set keyboard shortcuts to advance through the clips in my source panel. This allows me to move through them at a faster pace. I can set in and out keyframes faster, drop them into my sequence faster by using both my right and left hand on the keyboard. And then when I want to use my mouse, I can drag around the playhead, set in and out keyframes, advance to the next clip by just barely moving my hand over onto the keyboard to advance to the next clip. And I don't have to drag my mouse over and load each individual clip in this method and dragging the mouse around and clicking in and out frames. That's just like the slowest way possible to do it. Okay, I'm going to show you how to set this up, but I want to show you one more thing. This is my favorite reason by far for doing this style of editing. You can enlarge the source window to full size, and then you can set in and out keyframes from here. So let's set an in, out, comma to drop it into your sequence. And then when I press the tilde key again, it makes it not full screen. And we can see we dropped that clip into our sequence right there. So this allows you, when you're cutting all your selects, you can do all of your selects cutting at full screen. And then you can advance to the next clip, all without having to go over and click. And this is the nice full screen size. So what I love about this, especially if you're editing on a laptop, is it allows you to have a full screen preview of what you're doing, and you're not working with this like tiny little box. This is especially important for working with drone footage because I'm pretty particular about any defects in the image as I'm cutting my aerials together. So I love being able to watch it at that full screen while I'm cutting those selects. And you can also do Control tilde, and that makes it absolutely full screen, but I find I had some playback issues while doing that. So I'm going to show you how to do this. Close all. That's what I'm going to do to start, and let's dive into it. So let's actually break it down, what's happening here, and I'll show you how much faster it actually is. So I'm going to show you which keyboard shortcuts to set here. So to go to Premiere Pro menu, drop down to keyboard shortcuts. Over here, load up the keyboard layout preset that you want to be editing. And then down here in the search window, you're looking for source clip. And down here, you can see I've set these keyboard shortcuts, source clip next and source clip previous. I've set them to plus and minus on the keyboard number pad. If you don't have a number pad, you can just kind of set them to whatever you want, really. Just anything that you could use your right hand on while using your left hand to toggle playing back and forth. And then another shortcut that I've set, so those are the first two. I've also added an additional shortcut for inserting clips into the sequence itself. The default one is comma, and I've also set the asterisk key on the number pad, so that way I can insert clips into my sequence here with using my right hand. So let's look at what it would actually be like for me to cut some selects out of this. Let me show you how to load them in. So you can select your clips. Just click the first one and then hold shift and click down. And you only want to select 50 at a time. For some reason, the source panel can only take 50 clips at a time. If you select more than 50 clips, it will go backwards 50 from the last one that you selected. That's just something to note. So here's 50 clips, and we're going to go Shift O to load them into the source monitor, or you can right click and open in source monitor. But here we are. We've got our 50 clips opened up. Okay, so I'm gonna use my standard J, K, and L shortcuts with my left hand to move the playhead back and forth, and then I and O to set in and out points, and then comma or the asterisk key to drop it into my sequence at the playhead. So I'm setting an in point, out point, dropping it in with my right hand, continuing to play, using the L key to speed it up, in, out, dropping it into the sequence, speeding it up, in, not going to use that, going to scroll forward with my mouse, in, no, I don't like that in. One of the things that I kind of do instinctually as my muscle memory is built up is as I'm playing a clip, I'll test in points. And what I mean by that is I'll set one, And then I won't be afraid to set a new one if I didn't like that previous one. This prevents me from needing to scroll backward if I missed the point that I wanted to set my in point as. So as I'm like watching my clips, I'm constantly hitting I, kind of just instinctually. There, I like that in point. I'm going to use it as my out point, and then I'm going to hit asterisk and drop it down. Speed up a little bit. Okay, I'm going to go to my next clip, plus. Okay, so that's the beauty of it right there. I just went to my next clip by hitting one keystroke. Instead of spending the time of taking my mouse over, double checking, clicking it, opening it up, and then going over. I just keep both hands on the keyboard and keep moving along. In, out, drop down. Next clip. In, out, drop it down. Gonna speed it up to scrub through here. And if you do by chance accidentally set the in keyframe too late, you can always use your J key to shuttle back and set it in a better position. Then set my out keyframe, drop it down, go to my next clip. Okay, so that's the basics of how you can load multiple clips into your source panel to edit your selects faster. I'm really excited about this because it has legitimately sped up my selects cutting process, and I have a lot of selects to cut through, and I want to cut those selects as fast as possible so I can get to refining my story as fast as possible. I don't want to waste time picking selects. I want to spend my time on finessing the story, and when you learn how to edit faster, it allows you to spend more time focusing on what we actually do this craft for. So become a better editor and you'll become a better storyteller. When I was first learning how to edit, I was so overwhelmed by all the keyboard shortcuts, and I'd find these pictures of all these different keyboard shortcuts I could be using and utilizing. And I really have found after years of editing in Premiere, there's a half dozen to a dozen keyboard shortcuts that I use all the time, daily, every minute inside of Premiere. And it really pays off to learn those, especially when you're starting out, because it just speeds things up. I've got a small list of the shortcuts up on the website that you can go grab. And I'm also teaching people on how to become better storytellers, how to become better adventure filmmakers. So if you want to learn how to become a better storyteller, how to hone your craft, you can head over to leftcoast.co/learn, because I'm developing a course. This is a course that I'm really excited about. And I'm planning on teaching all the methods, all the tools, all the techniques that I've learned on how to just perfect the craft of storytelling with a small man team. So if that's something you're interested in, head on over there and I'll be in touch with you, send you new content, and hopefully learn from you on what you want to learn. And I've also got this highlighting series that I've been working on that's going to be coming out in the new year. Really excited about that. So many good things happening. I'm really pumped. And I'd love to hear from you. And if you got any tips, drop them in the comments. I'd love to hear them. That's it for today. Thanks for watching. And remember, life's better when you make stuff.